I'm Dr. John. This is your Maintenance Minute. We're on the 32 processes and practices in the storeroom work management model. We're down to standardization. I almost feel like I'm talking to the wrong group here. I need to be talking to the engineers. So this is kind of a plea for engineers. When we're designing new capital equipment or when we're modifying equipment, we need to take into consideration what are the parts and the components that just seem to work around here, right? You might discover that of the various brands or flavors of a bearing, for example, that Timken bearings just seem to work in your crazy place, in your crazy environment. Why wouldn't we design and standardize around Timken bearings if that were the case? So there's no need when you're designing a new piece of equipment that you need a common motor or gearbox or bearing or coupling or chain or sprocket or anything like that, switch or any sort of mechanism that's commonly used. There's no reason we shouldn't be standardized. First of all, this helps our supply chain like you wouldn't believe. It also helps the maintenance department because they're familiar with these components. They know how to troubleshoot. They know approximately how long they last, and they know what it takes to care for those in your facility. Also, the operators have familiarity with them because they see it all the time. We need to standardize around certain brands and certain models and the certain things that seem to work around here. They just, whatever our crazy operation is, this particular brand or model or make just seems to work really well around here. Some standardization. We talked before in the spare part loans or salvage value, other processes, how standardization can help us. Certainly you can see in the salvage value, if I need to sell obsolete parts to sister plants in my same company, they have standardized around those parts as well, possibly. That helps me with that. But again, these are components that seem to work really well around here. We have a great history of maintaining these. Operators have a great history of caring for them through autonomous maintenance. Why wouldn't we standardize around those? I can't think of a good answer why we wouldn't, unless technology has just simply passed it up. So really a plea for engineers. In fact, you may take this Dr. John's Maintenance Minute and show it to your engineers, and maybe it would be helpful. But also, and part of the sort of the stress in making this an effective part of your processes is part of total productive maintenance. It's in the equipment design excellence part, where we not only get the shop floor, that is the maintenance and the mechanics and the electricians and operators engaged in designing new equipment and modifications, but we also seek out standardization. Again, if we have parts and common makes and models and types of components that work in our environment, why would we not standardize on that? Again, I can't think of a good reason. Standardization, very, very important for the sustainability of maintenance and reliability in your organization. Please look into it. Have a formal process to bring that to bear. If you need some help, give us a call. This is what we do. I'm Dr. John. This has been your Maintenance Minute.